Hi guys, Jaleesa here with Employee Speech. I hope you guys had a great weekend, had a wonderful weekend. My weekend was definitely, what's the word for it? Non-exciting, uneventful, incognito, no, that means it. All right, forget it, whatever. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Yes, I'm wearing a hat because I was braiding my hair and I'm not finished. And I don't know any other way to get this video done before I lose the natural light that I'm using. So, yes, I'm still reading, You Are a Badass Because You Are. And yes, I still did not get my nails done. But I had an uneventful weekend, but during the week, I was chatting with some friends because y'all know I'm just chatty. And I was also reading this book too, and it just got my mind rolling. I love books that make me think differently and look at life differently. But I was talking to some friends at work, and we were talking about men and women like being friends. And now y'all know I don't believe in like giving people relationship advice. I feel like if there's so many different people in the world, how can there be like one set of rules for everyone to abide by? Like it just don't make sense to me. We can't do it. So we were talking about like, especially I was talking to one of my married friends, and we was talking about especially like when you're married. P.S. Just a side note, I feel like the title of marriage, yes, is of importance, but I feel like if you've been in a relationship like past 5 years, a healthy relationship, you damn near married, sis. Like there's no other way. Like, yes, that's your husband. But anyway, that's what I was talking about. So if you're married or you're in a long-term relationship, like, and you have friends of the opposite sex, like, how do you deal with that? And the whole weekend, I was just thinking of like, what are the ways that you can like judge the situation? And in my marriage, in my relationship, we never said like, oh, you can't have friends that are men. Oh, you can't have friends that are women. I would never tell him like I don't believe that when you get married, you cut off the opposite sex completely. No, you definitely can have a healthy friendship with other people. Hence the word healthy. Like, don't just be out here like trying to make friends with whoever's cute, because then you setting yourself up, sis. Because I know myself, and if they tall and chocolate, anyway. So we were talking about like what's a healthy friendship, and we couldn't understand how people could like get married and then cut off the opposite sex completely, like never have friends that are of the opposite sex. So I said, you know yourself, you know your situation, and you know your relationship better than anyone. So these are the 3 things that I came up with to gauge your opposite sex friendship. If you are in a long-term relationship, or if you are married and you have a friend of the opposite sex, I feel like the things that you need to do to gauge that friendship, just so like the other person, and the other person shouldn't even be getting mad anyway. Like, it's not that serious, bitch. I gave you my whole life, literally. Like, I'm literally giving you my whole life. I married you. Like, I can definitely have a friend for 5 minutes. Like, but whatever. I think the 3 things that you should use are like, what's the situation? Like, was it a group thing and then everybody like dropped out, so now it's just you and John? And John is real cool and he got a girlfriend for a long time too, so y'all just gonna hang out? If the situation is that, then I feel like that's fine. Like, it was a group thing, things fell apart. I'm calling you to let you know, it's over now. Me and John, we gonna kick it. I'm definitely gonna call you when I'm leaving. And then I feel like the second thing is the level of trust between you and whoever it is you with. If y'all got a history, oh Lord, if y'all got a history of just mess, right? Just all in the mud, just cruddy, nasty mess. Just, I know you did it, but I'm gonna stay with you anyway mess. I know you cheat on me, but I love you mess. That I'm gonna do it because we got a baby together mess. Maybe John shouldn't be in that situation because he messy. You know? He messy ass. So maybe the level of trust between y'all ain't that good where y'all can stay together and y'all can have those other friends. And if that's the point, then sis, you got to get out of that relationship, like for real. And then the other thing is the party it involves. So maybe it ain't John. Maybe it's the motherfucking Keisha that he with. Maybe Keisha a hoe. and I don't like to use the word hoe because men can be hoes too. But maybe Keisha already was plotting, because there are all, honey, there are ladies like that. Maybe Keisha is just plotting on John, or the other way around. Maybe John is just plotting on Keisha. So the 3 things that I would like to use to gauge, you know, male-female relationship is a situation, where y'all going, what y'all doing, how long you doing it, the level of trust in that relationship. I mean, do you trust Patty? Do Patty trust Doug? Are y'all like so synced that you trust him enough to just be out? And if y'all got a strong trust, then it ain't that serious. Move on. And the parties involved. I mean, if who you're going out with, if they messy and they stuck in the mud and they a little brown getting dirty, then maybe not. Maybe we don't need to do this. And speaking of men and women having friendships, like, just because you're married or you're in a long-term relationship, or that doesn't mean you can't have like single friends. I feel like everything is relative. Like, I got some single friends who give me better advice than my married friends. I got single friends who have more sense than married friends. I'm not just gonna hang out with married people. I heard somebody say this the other day, like, oh, if you're married, this is how the person talks, they dumb. If you're married, you should try to surround yourself with other. Yes, it's important to have examples of other married people. It's important to, like, you know, get opinion and have a like-mindedness of every other married people. But you tell me, as soon as you get married, you're gonna cut off every single friend you have? Are you on drugs? No, don't do that. Don't cut off like your single friends. What if they get married tomorrow? Then y'all back to being best friends? For the dumb person who said it to me, you're retarded. Something wrong. Retarded is not a good word. You do not have all your eggs in the basket. Y'all see my hat? So yes, have friends that are of the opposite sex. I mean, and I feel like enjoy people, like get to know people. Like, we are losing touch with just talking to people and getting to know people because of the intranets. The intranets is killing us. So enjoy people, get to know people. Like, who the hell cares? Like, but if you know you can't trust John and Man and them, then maybe they should not be going out with co-workers and friends from the past, from way back when. Maybe that's not a good idea.